On July 23rd, 2011, the world woke up to heartbreaking news. Amy Winehouse, one of the most gifted singers of her generation, had been found dead in her London home. She was only 27 years old. For millions of fans, the news felt impossible to believe. Amy possessed a voice unlike any other, a voice that sounded as though it belonged to another era. Her songs topped charts around the world, earned critical acclaim, and connected with millions through their raw honesty. Yet behind the fame was a battle few truly understood. How did a young woman from North London rise to the very top of the music industry, only to become one of its greatest tragedies? This is the story of Amy Winehouse, her rise to fame, her extraordinary success, her struggles behind the spotlight, and the legacy she left behind. Amy Jade Winehouse was born on September 14, 1983, in Enfield, London. Music was woven into the fabric of her family. Many of her relatives were involved in jazz, and her grandmother, Cynthia, a singer herself, encouraged Amy's passion for music from an early age. At home, her father, Mitch, often sang songs by Frank Sinatra. Those melodies filled the house and helped shape Amy's musical identity long before she ever stepped into a recording studio. Even as a child, Amy stood out. She had little interest in fitting in and preferred expressing herself through music. As a teenager, Amy taught herself guitar and began writing her own songs. What made her songwriting special was its honesty. Those around her began realizing that her talent was something extraordinary. Her best friend, soul singer Tyler James, believed Amy deserved a wider audience and eventually passed one of her demo recordings to an industry contact. That simple decision would change her life forever. By the early 2000s, the music industry was dominated by polished pop stars and reality show success stories. Amy Winehouse was the complete opposite. In 2002, Amy signed her first management deal and soon began working with producer Salaam Remi. The partnership proved crucial. In October 2003, Amy released her debut album, Frank. The album blended jazz, soul, and contemporary songwriting in a way that felt fresh and original. More importantly, Amy had written most of the songs herself. Critics praised her sharp lyrics, unique voice, and confidence. Audiences quickly noticed that she wasn't simply another new singer, she was an artist. Frank became a commercial and critical success, earning award nominations and introducing Amy Winehouse to the world. But despite the praise, Amy believed her best work was still ahead of her. She was right. After the success of Frank, Amy began moving in a new creative direction. She became fascinated with the sound of 1950s and 1960s girl groups, classic soul music, and vintage rhythm and blues. At the same time, her personal life was becoming increasingly complicated. Heartbreak, love, disappointment, and emotional turmoil became fuel for her songwriting. Working alongside producers Salaam Remi and Mark Ronson, Amy poured those emotions into a new collection of songs. The result was Back to Black. Released in 2006, the album transformed Amy Winehouse from a respected artist into a global superstar. Songs like Rehab, You Know I'm No Good, and Back to Black resonated with listeners around the world. Her lyrics were brutally honest. Her voice was unforgettable, and her image became iconic. The towering beehive hairstyle, dramatic eyeliner, and vintage-inspired fashion made her instantly recognizable. Amy wasn't following trends, she was creating them. By 2007, Back to Black was dominating charts worldwide. Concert venues sold out. Magazine covers featured her everywhere. Fans connected deeply with her music because it felt real. Then came the biggest night of her career.
And the Grammy goes to Amy
At the
Winehouse.
2008 Grammy Awards, Amy won 5 Grammy Awards in a single night, including Best New Artist and Record of the Year. It was one of the most remarkable achievements by a British female artist. At that moment, it seemed as though the world belonged to Amy Winehouse. But while her career was reaching unimaginable heights, another story was unfolding behind the scenes. Fame changed everything. Suddenly, Amy couldn't walk down a street without photographers following her. Every relationship became a headline. Every argument became front-page news. Every mistake became public entertainment. The intense attention would have been overwhelming for anyone. For Amy, it became a constant source of pressure. At the center of much of the chaos was her relationship with Blake Fielder Civil. Their romance was passionate, complicated, and often destructive. The two became inseparable. Friends and family watched with growing concern as their relationship became increasingly volatile. Yet Amy remained deeply devoted to him. Many of the songs on Back to Black were inspired by the emotions surrounding their relationship. While fans celebrated her success, those closest to her were beginning to notice troubling changes. The pressure of fame was taking its toll. As Amy's fame grew, so did her struggles. Substance abuse, emotional difficulties, and relentless media attention created a cycle that became increasingly difficult to escape. What had once been occasional partying gradually evolved into something much more serious. Photographs showing Amy looking exhausted and unhealthy appeared on newspaper covers around the world. Her private struggles became public spectacle. The death of her beloved grandmother Cynthia, a stabilizing force throughout her life, deeply affected her. Those closest to Amy later believed the loss contributed to her downward spiral. Hospitalizations, canceled performances, and rehabilitation attempts followed. In June 2011, Amy performed what would become her final concert appearance in Belgrade, Serbia. The performance shocked audiences. She appeared disoriented and struggled throughout the show. Many fans left concerned for her well-being. The concert would become one of the last times the world saw Amy Winehouse on stage. Despite the setbacks, many still believed there would be another comeback. On July 23, 2011, Amy Winehouse was found unresponsive in her London home. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but there was nothing they could do. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The news spread across the world within hours. Fans gathered outside her home, leaving flowers, letters, photographs, and candles. Tributes poured in from musicians, actors, public figures, and heartbroken fans. For many people, Amy's death felt like the loss of a once-in-a-generation talent. Later investigations determined that alcohol poisoning had caused her death. She was 27 years old,